it right to it without dragging the whole window. And I can take the rear window out, so then you really, the top is just, the only solid part's the top, and you've got all these 3 stripes on it. Front's gonna be the hardest thing. Like on Daniels, Daniels is done a little more like a regular convertible. You got the rear and the quarters go down in. Then the front just goes across the windshield. The front flips over the pipe like the rear does. And with that, you only get so much pull, you know what I'm saying? Because be able to put it on. Otherwise, like Daniels, I can put the rear on and kind of pull it a little bit. Like a convertible has that front bow that pulls it down for the final one. And then even sewing, I've got to have that entire front done, but left long. Then I've got to sew it to here, like I did this back here. I'm trying to do that, even though these windows will be out, the whole top will be dragging along, you know. Ultimately, I want to get it where all these are sewed in, and the front's made and sewed in, and it's all left long. Put the whole thing on, and fortunately, I can. We're using the kind of, snaps that have a rivet, so and I knocked out the middle of the rivet so I can actually use fitting pins instead of, once you put the snap in, you're committed, you got a hole in it. These little holes you can't really see. So then I want to put that whole thing on and get it, then I can mark that middle bow, because there's going to be a strip going across the middle bow that velcros to keep it from flapping. The front and rear, there's a strip, it comes around and it's going to snap. Because if you take out that rear window, that whole middle part would have no pull to keep it back. And the front, I'm making, the whole window will zip up and roll up, because he wants to be able to have his dog back here. And then he can slide that his window, and the dog can look inside, you know what I mean? But in the same, so there's still quite a bit to do. And everything has to be so kind of pristine. And you're working with something that might be off a little bit here and there. It'll be 3 separate zippers. You either have the option of unzipping it, you know, totally, and each zipper has a start on it. Or you can unzip these 2 up to like here and leave it so you don't have to restart it, which is what Daniel does, and then he rolls the sides up. So also, right about here, right about there, there'll be a snap. 2 on each one, and the rear and the front, with a strap that's going to be just inside hanging down. It has a snap on it. When you roll it up, take the strap around and snap it, and that holds it up. That's how a lot of people do it. And that kind of gives that Rover look, you know, roll up. But so you have various options.